I think some of my favorite moments of Connor directing was especially when he was directing Sydney. Like with every other voice actor, he was like trying to be like, I mean, he was professional with everyone, but there are some moments with Sydney where Connor just told Sydney, yeah, can we get that line again, but just better? Just,
What the fuck in?
just do it better.
I just felt like I was in Whiplash. I was like, again. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Connor, once again joined by the boys, Joey and Garnt. Woo! And it's a very special day.
Yeah, because we are going to have Anime Club, right?
No.
So we're going to have Anime Club, right?
Wait, what?
What?
We went to Anime Club?
We're going to an Anime Club with my anime, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see
thought I
what you
fucked
did
up.
there. Yeah.
What the fuck, Garnt?
I was like, wait, that's the next episode, right?
Me and Joey genuinely looked panicked.
Yeah.
We're like,
I
what?
was like, guys, pick up what I'm putting down.
I looked over at Connor like, does he know?
He doesn't know.
Anime Club?
No.
He doesn't know.
That's next episode. We're doing Anime Club with Garnt. Well, we did a very special Anime Club just yesterday with your anime.
Yes.
You rented out a fucking cinema.
Yes,
No,
I did.
just any cinema.
One of the best cinemas.
This is one of the nicest cinemas in all of Tokyo.
It was really nice.
As an avid cinema goer in Japan, I always love to get to go
How do
there.
you rate it as an avid cinema goer?
I like the seats and the actual cinema itself. Is
Yeah.
probably the best layout, I think, out of most of them. Actually, one of the okay, but the concessions are mid.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Go for it, Nabi. Go.
Yeah, no, but what's
Yeah.
up? Oh, yeah, we've got our
Go
sponsors.
for it.
Gamer Subs.
Game of subs.
I feel like there's very important with the cinemas. There is the part in the cinema and the concessions and their options and what they give you and how good the popcorn is.
Yeah, you fucking waited in line for like how long?
Yeah.
To the point where Garnt and I looked at each other in the cinema like, is this motherfucker going to be late?
No.
Because he's getting popcorn again for an 18-minute anime.
I just feel so wrong being in a cinema not eating popcorn. And so I really wanted to get popcorn, but problem is right now in Japan, Demon Slayer is
everywhere.
And the cinemas in Japan, I know you guys wouldn't have noticed this, they changed the lining up process. It used to be that each register would have a line. And all the cinemas agreed for some reason they were going to do this horrible way. And I know that it probably is better, where they make one giant line for all of the registers.
Yeah.
But what I feel like it ends up doing is that it makes you feel like you're in a longer line.
It feels like you're at an airport.
Yeah. And then also, sometimes if you get there early, I don't mind lining up in a longer line or being in a slower moving line. But if I'm like cutting it close, I want to be in the shortest line. And so I'll scope out. I'll be
And
like,
you were definitely cutting it close.
So I went in the longest line and we cut it close, but we got a popcorn and I wasn't late. I got there just in time.
Well, technically you were late.
What?
Yeah, because the screening started 10 minutes late.
Yeah, the screening started 10 minutes late.
Why? For me?
Yeah, we were waiting for now.
Okay, I was going to say. I was like,
some fuckers are still buying popcorn. We're going to have to cut it back. Sorry, guys.
Well, here's what I figured. I figured that when I was in the line, it said 35-minute wait. I was like, okay, if I am late, either someone will message me or someone from Geeks Plus will grab me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any of those things happen. So I was like, I'm going to keep
It was
lining
a
up.
35-minute long wait.
Dude,
in
if
line?
someone told me, if I got into a line for popcorn and someone said, it's a 35-minute wait, I'm not going to go on that line.
Yes.
Well, okay, Joey.
I'll be like, fuck this. I'm going
in
to
for the love
back.
of the game.
Just a note, I did ran downstairs and I'm like, where is this?
Yeah. Nabi and Masa were shitting bricks. They were like, where half of our guests are not here.
I was in the transceiver. It's like, Masa, do you know where Connor is? We're about to start.
Well, because there was other people like Maylene and other Geeks staff members were just there chilling.
Yeah.
Like, and not in the line. They were just waiting. And I was like, I mustn't be there.
Well,
but-
there were staff members because there were staff members in case anyone needed Geeks Plus attendees there.
okay, I see.
I guess I'll tell the full story from the beginning. Obviously, I premiered my anime for the first time and
I got
only
sidetracked.
time that is going to
Sorry.
happen in Japan. And I premiered it at the Grand Cinema Sunshine in Ikebukuro, which I'm happy. That was like one of my... I think I've been there before, but I forgot how good the cinema was.
It's a very fancy lobby when you walk in.
I was like, holy shit. The first thing I noticed when I walk in is just, goddamn, this fucking Demon Slayer like exhibit right in the center with like a massive Tanjiro there.
80% of the showings are Demon Slayer.
Yeah. It wasn't only that. Did you notice the thing that was hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
It was like the Infinity Castle, I think it was, or whatever it was just there's this giant structure.
They commit. They commit to Demon Slayer in this country.
Yeah, I was like, people were taking pictures next to Tundra and stuff, and I was like, we rock up and we're like, all right, everyone move away from Tundra. Now we're gonna set up our small little Geeks Plus BÂAN booth right here, right next to Tundra. Getaway Demon Slayer.
I mean, to be fair, in a sense, that is a massive flex. To say that I fucking premiered my movie next to Demon Slayer.
I mean,
that's kind of dope.
I knew I was only going to do this like once because I only had the budget to do it once. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if we're going to do it, initially we were going to book out like a free theater with that Katakawa owned, which we didn't have to pay any money, and we would have had to gone out like 45 minutes out of Tokyo or something, and I was like, no. If we're doing this once, let's see if we can do this like actually in the center.
Is that the one in Tokorozawa?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's see if we can get something more central. And the first issue we came across was no cinema would give us space at all because Demon Slayer. Because Demon Slayer is like, I'm pretty sure if we had the second coming of Christ and the second Demon Slayer movie was airing, Demon Slayer would get like Christ would put to the sides to make room for like the Demon Slayer.
It's like, J-Man, I need you to chill because Demon Slayer's playing right now.
It is not an exaggeration. Like just the amount of times they're playing it is like, I think from when I go book these quite often, it is like they are playing double the movies they normally do.
Yeah.
Like just straight up double the amount.
Yeah.
Because they are every single fucking minute they can play a Demon Slayer movie. Yeah. They are playing a Demon Slayer movie.
My local cinema has 10 rooms, like 10 cinema rooms. And I believe the last time I went a couple of weeks ago, 8 of them were Demon Slayer all day. All night.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why am I here?
Because normally they would have to pick like, a couple of movies and they could play them 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And they'd have to be a bit quite selective about the times. But yeah, the Demon Slayer one, they run it from dusk to dawn.
Yeah.
It just plays.
And they're full. All of them are full.
Yes.
They're all full. Sorry, carry on.
They are all full, which is why we had such big trouble getting cinema space. But we had this one day that we had to book like, I think like 2 months ahead to be like, just give us one theater. And I didn't realize when we booked it, just how cool the cinema was. I remember when we rock up upstairs, I'm like, yo, no way, there's an actual red carpet. I wore this suit for a reason. Hell yeah. So rock up, we set up the booth, and obviously it's a different vibe than when we were doing like our live shows, because obviously we do our live shows before, and I've been nervous before. But this is like a different kind of nervousness that I had before. It's so weird. Every time, you guys have probably seen this. Every time I'm nervous, I always just like walk around, right? And before the Trash Taste show, I had plenty of space to do that in the green room. But here at the cinema before the showing, I was like told to sit down. So I was just in my seat, just constantly I want to get up and walk. I want to get up and walk.
No, Didus and I noticed that as he was like, you were pacing back and forth. And then I think Didus was like, man, he's even got like the director arm. Like he's walking around with like the director arms. Just like pacing back and forth, being like, oh man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah, but obviously you guys come and we do like some pre-interviews. My parents and Sydney were meant to come about the same time as you guys, but they went to the wrong place.
Oh shit!
I think I was first there.
Yeah, you actually first there.
I was like,
just
what's
rocked
up?
up in a suit.
Yeah, I rocked up in a suit. I stood out so much.
And I clearly missed the memo.
Yeah, Joey, you got to wear a suit for a premiere, Joey.
First of all, you guys can come in a taxi, so you got it easy. I have to travel an hour to get to the cinema. I'm not wearing a suit in this fucking heat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
would look good for my blog.
I dressed up for the occasion, but not in a suit. So.
Okay. No, because I was like, I kind of realized before, I didn't put a dress code out there. It wasn't like a black tie.
I'm the one who suit pilled everyone.
Yeah.
I told everyone, anyone who, so I didn't tell people, but if people asked me, I was like, it's suit.
Yeah.
It's a suit.
Yeah, cheers for that.
You didn't ask me. So Geary asked me, Emily asked me, I was like, it's a suit vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Didus was like, I don't own a suit. I was like, how do you not own a suit?
The moment Didus walked in the room, I was like, oh, thank God. I'm not the only
Because
one.
he doesn't own a suit. He doesn't own a suit. You gotta own a suit.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is your excuse. Get a suit.
Yeah, because I think it was literally the week before, because we were doing the dub, and I think we were having the voice acting recording session with Alex Lee.
Yeah.
And he just casually asked me in the recording session, so do you know what you're planning for your premiere yet? And I just like, wait, I need to think about that. Wait, oh shit, it's a premiere. Oh shit, I don't know what I'm wearing. What is everyone else thinking?
I loved your suit.
Yeah.
And this is when I realized I was talking to people, and this is when I realized Connor had suit pilled everyone to be like,
you
yes,
gotta-
all right, we're all suing and booting.
You gotta suit up.
Like Emily had gotten her dress, and for some reason, this is just my mind works weird because Sydney had like prepared her dress like fucking ages ago, and Sydney looks fantastic on the night. She came up, and I loved her dress. I helped her pick out her dress, but for some reason, Sydney sorting out her dress didn't like click my mentally that I was like, I need to sort something for myself as well. So I pick up like a new suit literally the day before, just because we didn't have time. And
Looks great though.
oh, thank you, thank
you
you.
look really
I wanted to do something that was not, typical.
It gave Southeast Asian vibes.
Yes.
The suit.
Yeah.
It gave
Thank
Southeast Asian
Yeah.
vibes.
It worked well with your skin tone.
Don't think I can pull off the color.
Me neither.
It's like burgundy.
It's burgundy. Yeah, I
darker
just
brown.
like I just wanted to try a new color other than black.
I like
or
it.
it looks
man.
good. It
worked
looks really good.
Yeah. And it was
Yeah.
fitted very nicely.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got that literally the day before the premiere. So yeah, happy with that suit. So yeah, we rock up, and yeah, this was just a different kind of nervousness because with Trash Taste Tour, obviously I had you guys to back me up, right? But with this one, I was like, number one, this is just me. This is just me out there. So I guess kind of with like your kind of like with your events, with your like charity auctions, for example, I'm like, I felt for it. I felt for you up there because I'm like, oh, it's just you up there. You're presenting like yourself, and there's no one to like back you up if the energy comes down. But aside from that, I wasn't nervous about having to perform per se. It was like I knew I was talking about my show. That was easy. It was like, holy shit, this is like 2 years of work leading up to this moment, and the show is the work that I've already done, and all I'm doing is sharing my work. And it was like so fucking surreal just to reach a moment where you don't know how the audience is going to react. You think you like it because you've been working it for so long, but you get to the point where you are presenting your work to someone else for the first time, and you just hope that people are going to understand and see it the same way that you see your own work. And it's just this nerve-wracking moment of just, I hope people understand. I hope people like it. I hope I made something decent, I am going to find out today whether I like it or not.
Right.
I might have made mid.
Damn.
I mean, as a mate, I like initially when you were doing all this, that was a concern. I was like, what if Garnt makes mid? Like that's gonna
I don't know, hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm like, do I tell you? Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to process.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like so hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would know it's mid, and I think I know you, and I know you wouldn't make mid.
Yeah.
Like I know you
Yeah.
have the ability to spot mid.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I know that throughout the process of this, I never had the intention to make mid.
Of course.
But Does
anyone ever have the
I'm
intention?
sure. No, that's the thing. I'm sure a lot of creators. I'm sure no one wants to make mid, Joe.
Yeah.
Especially when I think one of the biggest challenge of going from being a YouTuber, streamer, whatever it is, when you're mostly working on your own, is
Yeah.
to like to keep that kind of creative control that you have and what makes that good, and your ability to spot maybe ideas or directions that you should go in.
Yeah.
I think it can be really a challenge sometimes to kind of work with a group on that.
Yeah.
And kind of bring in a lot of professionals who have a certain way of doing things.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, from everything you said, it sounded like that, if anything, that kind of enabled you.
Yeah,
to
because
do great, even cooler things.
It was just like a lot of pressure, I would say, because I think I definitely felt the pressure of just knowing that, viewers know me for what my career is, which is
Yeah.
my opinion about anime and talking about anime.
Yeah.
And there was definitely like a certain pressure there where I'm like, shit, if I make something shit,
Well, yeah, you have a harder job.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the where you have to get to is higher because people have expectations for you and think of you as the funny YouTube man.
Yeah.
And not the guy who makes
Well, not only that, but I think just the fact that Garnt is known to like express his opinions on
Right,
other
and
works,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's
because
like,
you're very-
you know, you don't want to be
yeah.
that guy who's like, you know, very loudmouth about someone else's work
Yeah.
and then turn around and make something similar.
yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah.
throughout the process of this, I have definitely seen that critiquing something and actually making something is a different skill set.
Oh,
You can-
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can know
Absolutely.
what is good and what works, but then applying that actively is like a new skill set that you
Totally.
need to learn, and it's a different challenge, which is why my first screenplay absolutely sucked. You know, I had all this thing in mind, and then trying to apply it was just totally fucking. I totally fucking bombed that.
Yeah.
And then the second pressure was like I had put so much work into filming every part of this documentary.
Yeah, I was shocked by how good it was.
Thank
to
you.
be honest, like
Thank you.
I was like, when it started rolling, I was like, "Holy shit, this is insane!"
This is like an actual documentary.
Like this is like really fucking good. And I was locked out. Obviously, I'd seen Baan quite
Yeah.
a lot at this point because we've been working on the dub.
Yeah.
but I hadn't seen any of this documentary, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!"
the fact that it was
this is
edited like a
crazy.
Monogatari episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was
was
like,
like,
the
my
editing,
man.
the flow. I was like, "God
Yeah,
damn!"
it was
Like,
very, really, really good.
I went to Mudan afterwards. Like, why don't we make shit like this?
Yeah, it's taken us a fuck ton of work, but I would like throughout making the documentary, I was like, damn, am I just documenting my fucking downfall right now? Is this going to be the most well documented? Like, imagine if I made the anime version of like War of the Worlds or something.
But also, I think that there's a lot of value to a documentary like that.
Yeah.
I think that would all, imagine you do the fucking documentary, you build it all up, and it fucking bombs. I would want to watch the bomb.
Yeah.
And like how watch
I want to be like, well, I want to know what
like,
happened.
I think it would be one of those things where it's impossible to turn away
Yeah.
to watch someone have to kind of go through that.
Totally.
Yeah,
Like I would. That's interesting.
Yeah.
that is interesting. I think that's interesting, but also as
But
a
you don't want to
person-
be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, as a creator, I think that'd be hard. But I think as the individual, I think I'd be able to recognize that opportunity, and it would
Yeah.
fucking hurt. But I think I would capitalize on
It's
it.
cool when it's not happening to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I would cry myself like for like a month, and I'd be like, all right, I can make some banger content out of this. This is gonna be a banger documentary.
that-
Just clowning on myself.
I think that's the beauty of a documentary is that
Yeah.
like you don't know where it goes
Yeah.
when you're filming it.
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
it could really just take a turn.
Yeah, there was so many parts during the process of Baan when I just didn't know if it was going to turn out well. Like obviously I've talked about like the creature designs and stuff like that, but before this project, Studio Daisy had not worked on a project of this scale before. So even though I was giving as much direction as I could, there was still like a long periods where I was just kind of trusting them to like, oh, make this look decent and make this look good and, you know, make all the emotional beats hit. And there were some points in the process, which you're going to see in the documentary, where I didn't, it's not that I was like, I thought it was going to bomb, but there was some parts where I'm like, I don't think this is as good as I think it is, or as it is in my head.
And that's tough to navigate. Too,
Yeah,
right?
and then I realized that feeling is just part of the creative process, because there's so much that I had to just, the creative process is not getting things perfectly the first time. Even working with Kevin, I know how talented Kevin is,
Yeah.
but there are even some points with like Kevin's music where I was like, shit, this isn't hitting as much as I thought it would. And this is like no slight at Kevin, because I fucking know how talented he is.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, is this me? Am I the reason this isn't hitting as hard?
I mean, it's because you're, you know, you're in a space where I think it's fair to say that like you're new.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kevin is established, and
Yeah.
Kevin is proven
Yeah.
himself to do great work. So it's kind of like that scary moment where you're like, oh, I have the vision for this thing, and,
Yeah.
and what this absolute professional who's proven himself time and time again is given to me is not quite hitting where I need it to. And
Yeah.
it's kind of scary having to give that feedback and be like,
Yeah.
I think what you did needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's-
though that's like incredibly healthy actually for a creative, because it's like you don't want to be one of those like creatives, especially if you're going into it like for the first time to, you know, just like constantly be like, no, this is how I want to see it. This is how I want to do it. And you're just like stuck in your own head. Because I feel like that's where a lot of mid is kind of born, you know, because it's like
you got to be open to ideas.
Yeah, you got to be open to other people's ideas and then realize
but also
like,
know your vision.
Yeah, totally. So I think that's super healthy.
This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat.
Boys, the spooky season is almost here. And you know what that means? That means that Tokyo Treat right here is going to have some spooky treats for all of you.
I have the amazing Spooktober Tokyo Treat box with a bunch of really fun snacks in. Oh,
well, Connor, let me tell you about Tokyo Treats. Tokyo Treat is a monthly snack box packed with Japan's coolest and craziest treats. Each month, you'll get a rare Kit Kat flavor, limited edition chips, noodles, and the latest treats shipped worldwide from Japan straight to your door. And I'm trying to do this ad read, but that looks too delicious.
I've had these before. I did not expect to see them in the box. I'm so stoked. Baby.
Apple pie Kit Kat.
Oh my.
That's messed up because each box includes a cultural booklet.
It's so hard to tell you about this when I want to eat everything in the box.
Snack descriptions, allergen information, and fun insights.
Show us the booklet.
Japanese culture.
There it is.
And inside, they have all this amazing information. So if you also want to learn more about Japan and sometimes where the snacks are from and their influence, it's a really cool thing to learn more about it.
But Pokemon fans rejoice because Tokyo Treat's Trick or Treat Pokebrise bonus is legitimately a thing by subscribing to a multi-month plan to Tokyo Treat. Look at this. You get actual Pokemon stuff. So get spooky with limited edition Halloween snacks everywhere in the world with this month's Tokyo Treat box. You can sign up to a multi-month plan for your own Pokemon bonus. Or you can use our code TRASHTASTE to get $5 off your first box. Order now to get your box in time for an extra special Halloween. Big thanks to Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video.
And also, it was just like there are some points where I don't know why, but being in this role of like supervising director, there are during the process of making this, for some reason, the algorithm just suddenly started to recommend me all of the fucking Stanley Kubrick documentaries of like how much of a fucking asshole he was. And I was just, there was a part of me where I was like, shit, do I need to be Stanley? Do I need to be like asshole? And I'm like, no, this is wrong. You know, it's, there are times where you need to put your foot down, but also, you can achieve great results without being a fucking dickhead.
I mean, what is it? You catch more bees with honey? Is that the saying?
I don't know.
I don't.
I've never heard of this saying.
You heard this saying? You ever heard this saying?
No.
What?
Look it up.
No.
Catch more bees with honey. Which means that you
Catch more flies.
flies. Catch more flies with honey.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying that. You know, sometimes kindness is the way. Or
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, you just got to know, right? You got to know when you got to do.
Yeah, I
what.
think
Yeah.
again, it's that balance of like, you know, you can be strict and you can put your foot down and you can say like, hey, this is how I want to see it, and I don't want to do it any other way. But again, I think it's fine to be like, well, you're the expert, so you know.
I mean,
it's fine.
I would say that, you know, before I ask you guys' opinions on the shorts, which I'm very, very excited to hear, my experience has just been life and just work, and this doesn't just pertain to the anime thing, but just everything. Life is a lot easier if people like you. Just be like, if people like you, you just, life is a lot easier.
We are social creatures at the end of the day.
You get more opportunities. People want to work with you.
Yeah.
And I think there was an interview in the press interview after Baan where like the press asked the director, oh, why did you want to like take on this project initially? And he was like, actually, you know, I got the script and I thought it was a good story and I was interested in adapting the story, but the real draw for this was when he had the first meeting with me, and he was like, I just really found Garnt an interesting person and I liked his energy, and he was the one that really made me want to work on this project more than the actual story itself. And I was just like,
Oh, that's so sweet. That's
That's
so
literally him going. That's literally him going. I didn't know you were chill like that.
I was like, bro,
That's what's up.
bro, she's like, I didn't know you said that.
That's so
I
nice.
didn't know you thought that until now.
that's so fucking sweet.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
but so obviously I premiered it for the first time.
It was great. It was also a great show. Like,
Yeah.
so it was like 2 hours.
2 hours.
I didn't know that. I just figured we were watching it and then we'd chat a little bit, but it was like a whole like 2 hour presentation. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
love
yeah.
show.
I was like, damn, I'm getting like a whole ass thing.
Yeah. I mean, people paid for it, so I
Yeah.
wanted to give them, something for their money's worth.
Totally.
I fucking ate the popcorn. I literally finished it as the short ended because I thought I had to hurry.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I could have just been, I was like,
Yeah, I just in my periphery because Connor was sitting next to me
Yeah.
just the entire time. Just I'm like, brother, relax.
because I'd seen the short already, so I was
Yeah.
like, but I hadn't listened to the obviously all of it in the cinema, which is like a whole
Yeah.
cool new experience. And like Kevin's music in the cinema as always is great.
So
Yeah.
good.
So now I can finally ask you guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it mid? You can tell me.
It was all right. I'm just kidding. No, it was basically the first time for me watching
Yeah.
it, and I thought it was fucking fantastic, to be honest. Like, and I'm not just saying that because you're my mate. Like, genuinely, it's so difficult to be able to convey like a full story in 18 minutes of runtime.
Yeah.
And the fact that you were not only able to very concisely give a story that was easy to understand and easy to follow with characters that were relatable, but also I like the fact that you left a lot of room for the lore,
Yeah.
for like any potential things. And I feel that's one problem a lot of short anime have, where it's like they try to confine everything into the short time period with like nothing left to spare. But like there's so many ways where you can do that and give like an ending that is, what's the word? Like is good and doesn't leave you
Succinct.
hanging.
Yeah.
And it's succinct. But also at the same time being like, but like, what if we explored that side? Or what if we explored that? It gives room for interpretation.
Yeah.
And I think, and you did that really fucking well.
You got to dumb it down for people like me. When I first watched it, I was confused.
Really?
No, I was like, who's that old guy? I didn't realize it was Daichi.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And then I was telling like Emily and Di, I was like, if you need any lore, just ask me. I'm a lore master. I've watched this like 19 times.
Yeah.
I've gone everything.
Connor went from
I didn't know
like
anything.
the monkey brain
Yeah,
to just understanding all the fucking intricacies of like all the characters and everything
But
like that.
I think it was a short that I think almost is a disservice to watch just one time because I feel like I missed so much on the first one that I didn't appreciate.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to like get my, trying to
Get your bearings.
Yeah, and also I was obviously just like nervous because I was like nervous for you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But then also, you listen to Kevin's music. There's so much to take in that it was almost overwhelming initially. Where I was like, oh my god, there's a lot that I want to watch.
Yeah.
We're moving. It's got 18 minutes. So
Yeah.
it was cool. And I mean, other than that though, it's fucking awesome. And I really feel like you said, like there is a lot of vulnerability from your side.
Yeah.
I think it comes across really, really nicely. I'm interested to see, because all of us have experience with this kind of feeling of home and where do we belong.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how people who maybe have like never thought about that will respond. Because also we obviously showed it in Japan.
Yeah.
And 95% of people there were foreigners. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they could all relate to that feeling too.
I would say that audience was
like
pretty
perfect,
much,
yeah.
the
It was perfect.
audience I was targeting in terms of the themes and like messages of the
Totally.
short itself.
But I also think that there's a lot of aspects to it of like, because even when I moved to London, I feel like I was so quick to want to move because I was like, I don't want to be near my parents.
Yeah.
And then I feel like there's a lot of like introspective kind of, it kind of makes you question yourself a bit of like, okay, well, why do they do that? Why do they want to leave? What was I trying to prove? My family's great. I love them.
I think it's also I think it'll even resonate for people who, for example, like are a little bit younger and haven't left home yet, right? Or
Yeah, it'd
maybe
be
are
cool
about
to-
to leave home, because like they'll see like, oh, maybe these are the hardships that I'm going to have to go through when I leave home.
Yeah.
And, maybe these are the things that I need to, maybe these are the values that I haven't thought of, while living at home that I might have to start thinking about when
Yeah.
I do leave home. So like, I think, again, the way that you like kind of structured all the themes was like very all encompassing. And I think that's what, and look, again, I had no fucking doubt in my mind that this was going to be good. Like, this fucking Garnt, right?
I'm so happy to say that it's good.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
My
It's
only criticism, if I were to say any, which is definitely not your fault, is that I just wish it was slightly longer.
Everyone has said that to me.
Everyone
has said that to
that
me.
is no fault of your own. Obviously, that's just the nature of the reality of anime being fucking expensive.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this kicks off the start, because I mean it was so cool. And you know, the one thing that you did with the short, and I was talking to Pete about this, is that like there was a conversation to be had afterwards.
Yeah.
About like, you know, the feelings, how we felt, which I feel like is the best thing you can do. Like,
that's what art's for.
Yeah, giving me something to think about is that's it. You did it.
Oh,
you know, like that's like the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
And even every time I've watched this thing like 20 plus times now at this point.
Yeah.
You know, never got bored of seeing it.
That warms my heart.
It was nice to.
I want to watch it again.
Because one thing that was super interesting the first time me and Connor watched it together, because we actually watched it in Trash Taste Studio.
Yeah.
Because this is already announced, but I asked Connor to direct the dub of it. So he's obviously had to be much more familiar with this world and all the characters than a typical person. But I remember the first time you watched it, you were like, there would be certain scenes, and you'd be like, that's you. I see a bit of you in there. Yeah, and it's like, it was so weird, because I said this at the premiere, but I don't think I've ever felt as like bare, like I've laid myself as bare as with this short, because, you know, we've had some pretty personal stories in Trash Taste before. We've gotten pretty personal, but goddamn, there's something about the way you put yourself out there in a fictional piece of work like this that I can't convey in like just telling you guys. It's almost like I'm letting you guys in on like my fucking inner self.
I mean, as opposed for you just telling us, it's like I get to kind of live through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Expressing it through art, I think, is very like, you know, vulnerable thing to do. And, you know, as much as we all think Trash Taste is dope, it's not a piece of art. So it's a very different feeling, I feel.
Say that to our 200th poop story, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun. It was fun. Really, I really enjoyed getting to do the dub as well. That was fun
because
step up. And I felt the same things you mentioned with Kevin with Alex as well. Like, where it's like Alex is a very, very talented and proven himself time and time again. So having to direct Alex is a bit intimidating.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
You're like, Alex, can you just do it but better?
Yeah. Because
also
like one thing that I'm sure you learned as well, being in a position where you feel not exactly out of your depth, but you definitely feel like, oh, I'm working with like some talented fucking people, and I am in control of them. You know, in terms of like the directing and stuff, you have to learn how to just be confident in your own like opinions and your own judgments. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they're talented people, but they also need to be guided with whatever you think your vision is for what works best. Yeah. I want to know your opinions on the characters, actually.
The characters?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think it's very, you know, just of course, hearing you talk about, you know, how you came to create Baan. I think it's very obvious to anyone, even on a first watch, that, you know, Daichi is you first and foremost, you know, and you know, Rin very much is Sydney, and I think like, I enjoyed it because it's like you got to really see the same concept of leaving home, but told from completely different perspectives.
Yeah,
which I think is so important, especially when you're talking about a story like this, because as you know, everyone's perspectives on leaving home and feeling homesick or wanting to return home is very different. But at the same time, there is that, you know, universal feeling of longing for home, right? And I think Daichi and Ren both conveyed like both ends of that spectrum beautifully.
Yeah, I like that both sides were told of like moving. You know,
both are just as valid as each other's, you know, even though they may be in different circumstances. So yeah, I legitimately have very little to complain about. I just want to watch it again.
Yeah, it's because it's interesting because you're not the first person who has like come up to me and was like, "Oh, you're Daichi, right?" And I can see obviously why people would think that, I guess. But I guess I've always thought, and I guess there are obviously similarities to me, But I've always approached Daichi as more similar to my dad. And obviously I'm my dad's son. So obviously there are going to be some similarities that rub off onto Daichi. But when I was trying to convey Daichi's story, I was trying to imagine myself as Rin, kind of like what journey did my dad go through when he was traveling around? Because my dad traveled from Thailand to England where he had me, and he had this whole kind of like journey about where the fuck he found his home was and that he ended up settling in England. So writing Daichi was a lot of how did my dad handle the situation? How did my dad feel when he moved far away from home? And why exactly did he end up settling down in England specifically? And I was like trying to answer all those questions in my imagination through Daichi himself. Because the way that, especially when Daichi is older, the way he communicates was very, very much inspired by how my dad communicates, because my dad is, let's just say he's a very loving and sometimes very worrisome dad. But the way he communicates that is not always directly. He has a certain way of communicating his anxieties and his worries for his children, or I should say his child, that isn't always 100% direct. And a lot of the way Daichi handles his relationship with Rin was how I imagined, or how a lot of how my dad handles his relationship with me. So I would say that both Rin and Daichi, there is like a part of me in them, but I wouldn't say that either character is like a direct one-to-one to me, or it's not a direct one-to-one to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, definitely not. I mean, when I said that, like, you know, Daichi is you in that sense, it's like I could definitely see his story being very reflective on your personal story and the way that you viewed your personal story, right? So like, you know, and you know, I think as well the comparison might come from the fact that, you know, Daichi is the male main character, and you know, you are a male, so it's like I think it doesn't really. I think a lot of people maybe don't really think it beyond that point, but if you actually, as you said, like if you look further into it, I can definitely, you know, knowing your dad, I can definitely see parts of your dad. I can definitely see parts of you. But I can see parts of myself as well. In Daichi.
It's this weird thing where I don't know if like maybe other creators have a similar thing, but when you're writing these characters and when you're creating these characters, there's a certain way you see them in your head where you're like, okay, this character is going to be like this, or that character is going to be like that. And then especially when making an anime, it passes through so many different people, right? It passes through a character designer, and then an animator, and then a voice actor. And little by little, everyone on the team added a little bit of themselves when they, you know, helped me make this short film, right? So little by little, the characters change just a little bit, like slightly. So they are different from how you initially envisioned them, but the more that they pass, you know, different people, the more kind of like solidified and real that they get to almost. There was a point where I genuinely started to think of them like real people. You know, it's, you know, even though they were inspired by his story or that story, and eventually you get to this point where the characters are just their own people and are just their own thing. And that moment made me really empathize with a lot of creators who are just like, I don't know how this story is going to turn out, you know, because sometimes you have a plan about how a story is going to turn out, and then you write the characters, and the characters sometimes aren't exactly the way that you envision them to be. And so they kind of like, sometimes there's this character moment and they act a little bit differently from how you initially thought they were going to do it, until you get to that point when writing where you're like, wait, no, this doesn't make sense. They do something different in this scene or this point.
And I think like in writing fiction, that is probably like the hardest thing to do, is the fact that it's like, okay, how do you write a character that everybody knows is not real and make it feel real? Like that is so much harder to do than it sounds, because again,
especially in animation, you're like, that's not a real person. Clearly, that is a drawing. But how do you make it so that by the end of whatever story it is that you're following, how do you make yourself look at that character and go, I can either see myself in that, I can either see someone I know in that, or I can see a person like this existing in real life.
Because I'm gonna say this, Connor. There was like a few points where I was just like so fucking proud of you, man. So far,
Thanks,
I'm gonna gas you up a bit because there was points in the dubbing session in the directing booth where there would be a line said, and when you were directing, number one, you got like the emotional beats perfectly, but like what also made me like super happy and like super proud that I was like, I fucking knew you could do a great job.
Thanks, man.
With this was there were some points where a line would be said and you'd be like, I don't think Rin would say that, or I don't think Rin would say it like that. And I was like, yo, I didn't even need to say anything. He understands these characters so well.
He understood the assignment.
No. I was like,
oh, thanks, man.
I was like, my bro understands my babies. I'm so happy. Because like I said, there'd be so many times in the booth where you'd correct a line or you'd correct a line read because you're like, the character would say it like this. And it was always exactly how I understood the characters as well. And it was to me as the creator, it felt like you're like your mate. Understanding how what your children are, who they are.
I mean, it was like fun challenge, but I mean, luckily, the one benefit of it being short was that one, there was less work for me to do, but it was that meant that it was easier to understand the characters. And I think also what made it significantly easier in this scenario is that like I think even just from watching it once, I understood from you talking to you a lot, obviously Trash Taste, like I understood a lot of these characters like pretty deeply just from that. I felt like because I kind of I could see where the inspiration was drawn from. So I think that made it a lot easier.
This episode is sponsored by Google Gemini.
College students, do you know that you can turn the most complex topics into simplified ideas, or hours of research into just minutes? How about turning class notes into practice quizzes that help you get the big idea? With Google Gemini, you can do all that and more. You can even turn long reads into quick listens, because what's better than a podcast? So, doing the whole nonsense clothing thing, I have to talk to a lot of clients, and a lot of these email chains can go 50, 100, sometimes 200 emails deep. And when they get that long, I kind of lose track of what the whole chain was about. But thankfully, Google Gemini is there to condense all of that information into simple bullet points so that I can get right back on track.
And students get Google Gemini's Pro plan free for 1 year. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Sign up by October 6th to get free access to Gemini 2.5 Pro, unlimited image uploads, deep research, notebook LM, 2 terabytes of storage, and more. Visit gemini.google/students to learn more and sign up. Terms apply.
Back to the episode.
And then also, I think on top of that, having you as the show, like the main creative, kind of allowed me to be like, all right, look, if I'm stepping out of line, I'm sure Garnt will tell me, and he'll rein me in, But here's where I think that we can do. And then also, it's a tough thing with anime because when you translate it to English, I think a lot of people really don't appreciate the difficulty of making a language with a different culture sound similar. But you're not trying to emulate the Japanese, because if you try to do English, like try to just translate and do the Japanese, it doesn't really sound right. And so then it's like, how do you find the balance here of like being faithful to what has come, but then also kind of adding a twist. But in this case, it was really nice because it was almost like, okay, just ignore the Japanese. Like, it's like, this is a story and it is being told in English in this scenario. And it is not meant for any one language here. So when there was questions about like, well, they did this in the Japanese, like, fuck the Japanese. I was like, this is Garnt's story. Let's do it like this.
I think it also definitely helped that unlike a lot of anime.
That's an out of context fucking cut. Fuck the Japanese.
Fuck the Japanese. I think it definitely helped as well I haven't heard the dub yet, but I trust Connor and that he did a fucking fantastic job on it. But what I think as well that probably might have helped is that unlike a lot of other anime, BÂAN isn't really tied to one culture.
I think that helped so much.
It's such an overall concept that can apply to any language and any culture that I feel like, it's correct to say fuck the Japanese, because it's like,
except for just like a school anime in Japan, we should be mimicking that kind of thing. But
exactly.
If it's like a story about life and going through it, it's like, okay, how do we make this sound more natural in
Yeah.
English. And there were some
Yeah.
lines that, like the Japanese one, is like quite would sound very stiff in English.
Yeah.
And I think just kind of finding that middle ground that was that wasn't too like Gen Z, like fucking lock in, bro. It's time to go, but like adding a bit more language of like, this is probably what he would say. Like, this is what Daichi would say in this scenario. Like this makes it sound like I've fucking made it all hip, and it's not even remotely that. But like, just changing the language to allow also then the actors to give a more authentic,
Be more
performance
natural,
as
yeah,
well, and allow the actors to say something. And then that's also one of the benefits of having really talented actors on board, because it's, you have someone like Alex. He's like, oh, I feel like Daichi would say it a bit differently. I think and it's like, all right, let's try it. Like, let's just hear it. Like, we're not in a rush.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot. And then maybe Alex does a read, and you're like, that's great. That sounds awesome. That is exactly how I feel like Daichi would approach this.
Yeah.
Especially because I feel like Alex can relate to Daichi quite a
Oh
lot,
yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, part of the reason I asked Alex is because I knew he could relate to Daichi's character, and also he's a fucking talented voice actor, so I knew he could nail the role, which he did. But yeah, I mean, with the approach to the dub, like I almost see English Daichi and Rin and Japanese Daichi and Rin as like two separate characters, that go through the same story. The way I see it is you guys haven't you guys don't watch much musicals probably, or like much stage plays.
No, I don't. Well,
But-
I'd love to watch more stage plays. But
Yeah.
sadly, in
But
Japan.
like I've seen musicals where you see the same script and you see the same story, but you see two different actors playing the same character.
Yeah.
but two
Oh, it's
different,
totally different, yeah.
interpretations of the actor. And even though they have the same lines, they go through the same character arc, have the same plot progression, seeing just two interpretations of the characters, there's so much nuance where that is different from one character, from one actor to another actor, that they're almost two different characters, even though they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that was how I viewed the English dub to the Japanese dub, which is these are two characters who are going through the same things, but the nuance of how they say things or how they interpret things is just slightly different. And I honestly think that for me personally, I've always wanted to do that, because even with ourselves, even with people, I would say that Thai-speaking Garnt and English-speaking Garnt are two slightly different people. Even though they're both Garnt,
absolutely.
they're two slightly different people.
Yeah, I think we all feel that.
yeah,
As bilinguals,
absolutely.
yeah.
There's a difference. Right?
Yeah.
Because the language comes with a cultural knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, Connor, you understand these characters, and I want you to like direct these characters for the English side. This is you understand the characters for the English side. And seeing Connor just step up to the plate was just fucking yes.
It was great. I mean, I also like, it was great because you'd pretty much you and Diana had pretty much done everything, all the prep.
Yeah.
So I just got to rock up and just like understand these characters and just direct. So that was great. And that was really
I think
fun.
some of my favorite moments of Connor directing was especially when he was directing Sydney. Like with every other voice actor, he was like trying to be like, I mean, he was professional with everyone, but there are some moments with Sydney where I think obviously Connor and Sydney know each other very well.
Yeah.
And I think there are some moments where Connor just told Sydney, yeah, can we get that line again, but just better?
Lock the fuck in.
Just do it better.
I just felt like I was in Whiplash. I was like, again. No, I mean, it's like, it's when you're working with someone you don't really know, you don't know the boundaries. And it's like, okay, it was a good take. We want to, and I'll try and be a bit more technical with how what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think also obviously doing voice acting helped a lot in terms of I know what they're trying to do and where they should be doing it.
Yeah.
But with Sydney, obviously that's comfortable. So I can be like, Sydney, that sounded like shit.
Yeah.
Just do it again. Like I'm not going to give you like direction that's not going to you like, because sometimes there's just a line and you flubbed it.
Yeah.
Or like it's okay. Or like you did a line, you're like, it could be better.
It's like, you know what you did.
And I'm like, instead of me like having to be like, well, we get it, it's like, just do it again.
Yeah.
Just do it again. And then once we get something like 75%, we can work on the specifics of how to change it.
Yeah.
The only sad thing that the hardest part about ADR, which is the matching the lip flaps, is that sometimes you just get a banger line and it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And that, like in Japanese, there's not like an adherence to sticking to lip flaps as much, but in English, we're very accustomed to matching lip flaps. Pretty strict. Like you kind of have to match them because it looks really really off. I don't know why Japan they're okay with this, and like why I don't know why this just like you just get used to it. I think it's a thing.
I think it's just because like historically most Western cartoons have perfect lip flaps.
Yeah, and I think
the most
also
part.
English people are spoiled in the fact that all of their media is predominantly made first language English.
Yeah.
Whereas I think other countries often they have to kind of get used to just things being dubbed. And
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
it's not, I don't know.
That's why if you
yeah.
see like an English dub of like say like a kung fu movie, like people are like
yeah.
less worried being like, oh the lip
Yeah,
flaps
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
match.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
well
yeah,
duh,
yeah.
it's not in the original language.
different
Yeah.
language.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like the major challenge of ADR swiftly is that like you just need to get. Sometimes the line doesn't allow you the emotion that you want to get, or
Yeah.
sometimes you need to just change the words to then get that emotion. And
Yeah.
it depends on how strict it is. Luckily, in this scenario, we're able to change words around pretty freely.
Yeah.
to get that kind of make sure we can get that performance and we're hitting the right emotional notes.
Yeah, like there was also one scene where obviously Rin gets drunk for the first time, and there was this moment in the booth where Sydney does a line read, and Connor's like, "Sydney, you were born for this role. I know you can pull up the drunkenness more than this."
Doing drunk is hard.
I can imagine.
It's really hard
Without being drunk.
because I said this when we were at the premiere, but like, I watched an interview with I think it was like Sir McCallan talking about it, and he said that when you play a drunk character, the drunkard never wants to be seen as drunk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you're drunk in real life, you do everything in your power
To look as
not
sober
sound
as
drunk.
possible? Yeah.
And so it's like, but you give things away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like when you go to be like, "Blah," it's like, dude, come on, like that's not how a drunk sounds.
Yeah.
You need to have that kind of that you're hiding something, and that needs to come across, and that's
Yeah.
tough. But again, Sydney got that pretty easily.
yeah,
Sydney got there pretty comfortably. That was one of the easier lines. But credit to Sydney. It's the story of Rin in this thing. It's an 18-minute short, and there is a full spectrum of emotions that might be covered in like 6 episodes of an anime that are now condensed down to 18 minutes, and that's not easy to do.
No.
To keep going from that, because normally in a show you get a bit of a lead up, you get a bit of a ramp, you get to kind of slowly change with the character.
Yeah, that
and
must be
build
so
up.
hard to show that level of progression in such short amount of time.
oh,
It's
it's
tough.
Yeah.
it is very tough. I can tell you, trying to balance telling a competent story is already hard enough in a short runtime. But also just sometimes you're so wrapped up in telling a complete story or telling a story and making it make sense that trying to balance, hey, is this story actually entertaining? That was like another challenge that I was like, okay, I know what story I want to tell. Is it entertaining? And that's something that I guess I didn't know, and I couldn't know until I guess people actually watched it and gave me feedback. Like, I would say that the one big change that the director put in there that I'm so glad that he did, because I missed it in the screenwriting phase, was, do you know the attack scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the attack scene that comes halfway through.
Yeah.
Right? In the screenplay, that was off screen.
Yeah.
Rin's parents die off screen.
Spoilers, geez.
Yeah. Because like part of the reason was I was like, I don't know if we have the budget to do an action scene, or like I wanted to do it, but I was like, I don't know if we have the budget to do it. I don't know if the director wants to do it either, but the director was like, no. Cut out something from the middle, cut out something from earlier. I want to add an action scene in it. And after watching the first draft of like the storyboards, I was like, when the action scene comes in is just the exact point where my kind of attention was kind of like starting to dip a little bit. And then like I realized that he added that scene as soon as the energy level started to dip a little bit, and then the action like brings the energy level up again. And I was like, oh.
Bro pulled up the YouTube average view duration
Yeah.
graph. I was like, this is where it dips. Add the action scene.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I'm reinvested again in the story, even though it's like a short like film. I was like, oh, I would have missed this unless I had the experience of filmmaking to actually think about like energy levels and like
it's
retention
tough.
levels.
Not only was that great though, but I also think that it was so well placed because it was around the time again where you've stuck around with the story and these characters enough to actually start caring about these characters quite, fondly. And the fact that we got to not only see a really cool and well animated action scene, but also it helped not only build the lore, but also like build up that character, and build up the world in general to the point where not only is it visually entertaining, but like kind of, what is it? Like, just you watch it and you're like, oh, actually, now you just open up a whole floodgate of so much more cool lore elements that I want to know more about.
Yeah, it was good. I love the shots that you had where you just like Kevin's music just fucking do its thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Kevin's music was so fucking
The montage scenes was
just
so
all the
fucking
moments where you
nice.
just have an extended shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
I think my favorite visually speaking was that scene where Child Rin runs into Daichi.
Oh yeah.
And there's that
yeah.
really trippy cool scene where it just kind of goes into
the
slow
music's so
motion.
good in that.
Yeah.
The
too.
music is so good in that, but just visually, it's so cool that you like kind of held that out because that's a very incredibly pivotal moment for both these characters in their story, right? And the fact that you just held out and actually gave it time to breathe is really nice because not a lot of anime do that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to, and I think there was a moment in the premiere where I was like, shit, maybe it's going to be all right. And that moment was actually right at the end during the Q&A section, right? Because we've done Q&As before. We've done a lot of Q&As before in panels. And I'm used to answering a certain type of questions.
Are you a boobs or butt guy?
Yeah. And this was like one of the first Q&A sections in my life where I was like...
It was cool.
I was so fucking locked in every question that was asked that was like, oh, I'm so fucking happy that you asked that question.
Yeah.
Because like people were genuinely asking, like, I think one of the first questions was there's a... I add the whole kind of like concept of magic in there that you think.
Yeah, that question. I thought that guy was a plant.
Yeah,
I was like, that question was such a good question. I was like, God set this off.
where he was like, so what's the deal with like magic in there? It's just like, is it like, do people like it? Is there a social stigma? And I was just like, holy shit, you picked up what I'm putting down.
Everyone was locked in.
Yeah, everyone
there was
cared.
like really into it, and it was cool because I'd been to like similar kind of events in the UK.
Yeah.
And the questions they were asking were like very similar to the ones they were asking these like very serious directors.
Yeah.
I think I watched like the Alita Battle Angel with the director screening or something.
Yeah.
And it was all very same questions. They were like very serious. Like, and I'm so used to the questions we get asked.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, damn, it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of cool to see my boy up there.
Yeah, and like there was the last question, which that to me sounded like a fucking industry plant.
Oh, dude, that was
I
you
was
couldn't
like-
have ended that more.
I was like, this is how the documentary ends. I was like, I could already see it. I could already see the question, the shot, the film. You're like, what's next?
Yeah, it was like the last question I got was like, what is your like answer to where
That's right,
where home is?
Yeah.
What is your BÂAN?
What is Baan to you?
Yeah, what is
This
BÂAN
is
to
like
you?
literally the ending of the documentary.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see it already. Like,
Yeah,
it was set up.
And I was just like, I was like, I have the perfect answer to that because you've already seen my perfect answer. And there was so much because the answer I gave was that I found my answer of where my home is through the process of making this film. And you see my answer to that in the short film. I have laid out everything. How you interpret that, I want to leave up to you because this was like this. As a fan and now as a creator being on the other side, there's so much of this world and there's so much of the storyline that I've intentionally left up to the viewer imagination. And every person I've talked to has asked me a different aspect of the world, a different aspect of the story, of the lore and stuff like that. And some things I'm happy answering, like, is magic a social stigma? And, for example, with that, I was like happy answering, yes, it is. I put the magic in there as like, it's not illegal in Japan, but it definitely is to use it in public, bad manners. And that's not something I specifically say, but I'm happy that you're able to gauge that based on just vibe and just context about imagining what would happen if magic did exist in this world. But there are like other sides of the law where I know the answer, but I would like to leave a lot of it for you guys to fill in the gaps yourselves.
Yeah, leave it open for interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
I don't want to explain everything. I want there to be, I want you to be able to create your own story with the world and the characters that I've created, where you can also fill in the gaps yourselves, because everyone will have a different interpretation. Everyone has a different way that they think things are going to play out. And when I got to the bar afterwards and you guys were just actively discussing it, I was like, shit, man. This actually happened. This actually happened.
I think that's what makes the most compelling pieces of art is the fact that I think artwork that lays out all of the answers square up, and so for where it's like there's no room for interpretation, or there's no room for looking at it in a different angle. Sure, in some examples may be more appropriate, but I think the best kind of art is the ones where it's like there is no clear answer. There are so many ways to interpret it, and none are more correct than the other.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I intended. It's not like it's a lot of this is me talking after the fact. What I just wanted to leave you guys with and the audience with was just something to think about, something to like simmer, because the pieces of media that hit me the most is when I finish it, and from the first viewing, there's a lot of information to take in, but I wanted it to be simple enough that you got the core idea and you got the core feeling without needing to feel like you had to understand the nuance of every little intricacies in every little plot point, which you will, hopefully gather in the second or third viewing if you want to view it more times. But I just wanted to leave you guys thinking a bit, pondering a bit, questioning a bit, because that's me. I do that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That part is something that is just my life. And if you watch the short film and you even for a second just think about the message or think about how you're interpreting certain scenes or certain things in the film, then I think that I'm so fucking happy, and I'm glad that I could take just a little bit of your time.
And that's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I gotta piss. Fuck. I'm gonna let you
What
finish.
a fucking segue. You're just like, stop talking, I gotta go piss.
Stop talking.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
But I wasn't late.
You weren't late. You weren't
I got
late.
my popcorn.
Yeah.
It was good. I like the theater a lot. It was great.
Bro, it was so weird because making something like this, you have a feeling about what people are going to gravitate towards and remember and attach themselves towards.
Yeah.
But you can never know until it actually happens. So one of the biggest feedback I got after the viewing was everyone was fucking hungry. And everyone was craving curry, man.
Yeah. I mean, because the food is such a big part of the movie,
And that was just something I never considered. That was, I thought, people are going to be talking about the world, or maybe like the Naga, or maybe like Ren Daichi's story. Like aside from like the entire like concept of like home itself, everyone was just like, yo, where that food at? Yo, what was the curry? That was the biggest fucking question. What was the curry that was in the final scene?
Dude, I mean, it's just, everyone's got that one dish that's kind of like curry. It's kind of like just food with that warms the soul.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked good though. It did look good.
It did look good. It totally blindsided me that was just a thing that people were going to think about afterwards.
Well, I need to pee now too, so I'll leave you guys to it.
This episode is sponsored by Zocdoc.
Guys, it's 2025. Those days of only going to the doctor for emergencies are over. No more waiting until the night sweats turn to all-day sweats, or walking it off for 6 months doesn't work, or your fingers go numb texting, I'm fine, because it's time to take our health seriously and get things checked out when we need to. Zocdoc makes it easier than ever by helping to find the right doctor quickly and easily.
See, Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. With Zocdoc, you can book in-network appointments with over 100,000 6,000 doctors across every specialty.
That's a lot.
From mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need you have, and are highly rated by verified patients. Appointments made through Zocdoc also happen fast, typically happening within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. More often than not, you can get even same-day appointments.
And if we were in the US, we would definitely be using Zocdoc to navigate the stressful system of finding a doctor. So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/trash to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/trash. Zocdoc.com/trash.
Back to the episode.
Yeah, I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Again, like there was a part of me, because I knew you were going to ask me my opinions on it, and I was like reflecting on it all this morning and being like, okay, well, you know, I want to be real with you, and you know, as a critic myself, I want to, you know, look at it from a critical lens as well. But like, again, it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe the bias kicked in, maybe it didn't, but I was like, fuck, it's kind of difficult to. Maybe it's because I've only seen it once. Maybe multiple viewings, I'll be able to pick up on some things. But
Sure.
for the most part, man, you did a fucking great job.
Yeah, I mean, I think my biggest regret is the same as like your criticism, which is not so much that I wanted to tell the story differently, but there's so much of Daichi and Rin's story that I wasn't able to show. And I wish, God, making this short film made me realize, damn, 5 minutes is so fucking long in filmmaking times.
Oh, yeah.
I can do so much. If I just had 5 more minutes, I could have done so much with that. Told so much more of the story and worlds. And obviously, I'm very, very happy with this final product.
Yeah. And again, like that piece of criticism I gave is like no fault of your own. I understand and, you know, realize how fucking expensive this is to do.
Yeah.
But but I think you know, as much as it is a piece of criticism, I think it's also a great thing to think about and have as a piece of criticism, because that just means I just want to see more of it. You know?
Yeah, we need more, Garnt.
Yeah, we need more.
I will.
You gotta do more sponsorships.
Yeah.
We gotta ring up Hoya. Bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Hoya, where you at?
I kind of went into this as a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like this was like my one and done. Put everything into it, and then kind of like working on this, I was like, I kind of
Another one.
I scratched an itch, and I don't know if one is going to be enough. I would like to continue the Baan IP, and I do have ideas. Whether I can bring them to fruition is a whole nother thing. But genuinely, even if it's not another anime, I genuinely want to continue this in any way, shape, or form. Even if it's a manga or through other avenues. I don't intend to let this die with.
Man, you're
just the
fucking
short
good
film.
at it, so I don't think you should stop it, to be honest.
Hopefully, all the big studios are tripping over to give you money. And,
And
totally.
hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well, since by the time this episode comes out, it would have come out, I believe, last week on YouTube, or maybe even just now. I don't actually know.
It will be up by the time this comes out, though.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoy the shorts. If you want to support it, you can go to BＡANanime.com to get some of the merch that Joey's team just like did an amazing job on. My favorite is just the jacket, the hoodie jacket combo that your team made was just. I remember first like putting it on and wearing it. I was like, holy fucking shit, this goes so well together.
It goes so hard.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Support independent creators, guys.
Yeah. And yeah, I genuinely hope that you guys enjoyed it, and hope you guys look forward to the documentary as well.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
After you showed us the first 10 minutes.
Did you guys enjoy the documentary as well?
Yeah, it was sick watching Trash Taste on a movie theater.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because
like-
I wasn't expecting. I was saying to Garnt earlier, I was like, I wasn't expecting there to be trash taste segments.
Yeah.
So when I heard Garnt, Connor, and my voice coming out from the cinema screen, I was like, this is so weird. We looked at each other like, this is weird.
I was like, I remember when I was arguing, we started Trash Taste, like, we should record in 4K. And I was like, I was right.
Thank God.
Because it looks so good on the big screen.
Yeah, it does look amazing on the big screen.
I was like,
Thank
it looks
God.
good.
You're right.
1080p is dead, bro.
Yeah.
The file sizes are too big. Who cares? It looks amazing.
Yeah, but also very thankful to have my family there as well.
Dude,
my
yeah, your mom and dad there. They were so sweet. I spoke
Yeah.
with them. You weren't there yet, so I was chatting with them a bunch. And then
Yeah.
my mom was like, yeah, you know, he's going to Trash Taste tomorrow. I was like, oh, you should come see the office. And then she was like, yeah, I offered to make food, but Garnt said no. I was like, Garnt said no to making us food? I was like, absolutely, you can do that.
Yeah.
I was like, in fact, I implore you.
Yeah,
I
please.
think you should do just that. And
Absolutely.
I was really happy to hear this morning. You're like, yeah, my mom's coming over to bring you guys food. I was like, yes, yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
So
yeah.
my parents are visiting, and this is actually not their first time in Japan, but their first time visiting since I've moved to Japan.
I
Since
didn't realize that. I just assumed they'd been.
Yeah.
yeah,
same.
it's I mean, it's been a very, very long time, but normally when I get free time, I go over to Thailand, and they're happy for me to go over to Thailand
That's
because
fair.
it's pretty close. So this time I was like, they arrive at the airport, and I'm like, yo, mom, dad, I'm so fucking excited to show you all like the good restaurants, have you try all the good food. I got so many places to show you. You're gonna be eating a good meal every day. My mom's like, yeah. That sounds all right. That sounds cool. So where's the nearest supermarket? Because I want to cook for you. And I was like, this is the most
Southeast Asian mom.
Southeast Asian
Mom
mom.
does the exact same thing.
That's a love
I'm always like,
language.
every time Aki's mom comes to visit us, I'm just like, so what do you want to go eat? And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'll cook for you. And I'm like, that's cool, dog, but I want to take you out. You know?
I'm like, Mum, you realize you're on holiday,
Yeah.
right? You are. This is. You're traveling.
Yeah.
I want you to relax, and you're like, no. I want to cook. This is my relaxing.
More importantly, did you eat?
More importantly, have you been eating well? Have you been eating good?
I'll give you a good meal.
I will make sure, and not only that, I will make sure all your friends are eating well as well.
Fuck yeah.
So my parents are actually on the way now.
Hell yeah.
Because we're
Yeah.
gonna have a lunch with some of my mom's cooking.
I
guess.
unfortunately didn't have enough time to actually like talk to your parents all that much,
Yeah.
but like I knew like this is what I love about your dad, man. I didn't have to exchange a single fucking word with your dad. All I had to do was dap him up, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, that's all I needed. I was like, big dog.
Yeah, I like I said, my dad can be an emotional person, but he expresses it in his own way.
Yeah.
So when I knew that he was obviously it's a very, very big day for him. Apparently, like Nabi was telling me that he just every time he passed Nabi, he would just go. That's
Fuck
it.
yeah.
And that was like the most like my dad way to be
Yeah.
like
Such a giga chat,
I'm
dude.
fucking happy.
I held my tears.
That's
Like you did well, son.
Yes.
I love that, like, both of your guys' family. I'm like, yeah, I feel like my family too.
Yeah.
I'm like, just rock up. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, what's up, Dad? What's up? That's good.
Oh yeah, but according to Sydney, it was like out of the two of them watching the show, I was like, oh, my mom's gonna get really emotional. Apparently, my dad was the one.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
my
I
dad
believe
was the one getting emotional. My mom was like, "Yo, are you okay? Are you okay?"
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. That's how it is, right?
Yeah.
The moms are always emotional, and they have a certain level, and then the dads at the big points are like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my boy, that's my boy.
The
That's
dads
my
are the
boy
one
right
that
there.
have like the clear breaking point, you know,
Yeah,
where it's like
yeah.
this will do it for them.
Can I add one more story?
Sure.
Your dad almost missed the final photo up when you were on stage trying to take the final photo. He was walking back from the bathroom, and I told him, it's like, it's photo time, Dad. It's photo time. He was like,
Just ran.
Your dad also came up to me. He's like, it's so unusual. I never see you looking good. Because I was wearing a suit. I was like, damn, okay. I was like, I clean up. I can clean up. I can do it. Okay, Dad, all right.
He's like, wait, you got nice clothes?
Yeah, he's like, I don't see you outside of the shirt. And he was so excited. He's like, I wear the same shirt too. I was like, I know, I've seen.
Oh, bless your dad, dude.
My dad has the bluntest way of saying things
Yeah,
sometimes.
he's
Yeah.
so sweet though. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love him. I love him so much.
What a goat.
But it was a cool experience, man.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
awesome to be a part of. And
Yeah.
I said it to, I think it's Jerry. I was like, it's so cool that my friends are talented.
Yeah.
Because I used to go and be a part of these cool things.
I know it's so cool that my friends are talented. Fuck, I feel that. I feel that about you. Whenever I get to go to your guys' event, man, it's. Yeah, I'm happy that we got a good group of friends. I mean, very thankful that obviously aside from my parents, Sydney was there, you guys were there. Had Geary, Emily Didus, Pete.
Yeah, that's the one thing I feel very grateful for in Japan is that like I think we are all fucking good friends. And there's fucking no drama. It's just fucking good life.
Yeah, everyone just pulls each other up, and I think that's the best.
Yeah, I love that everyone cares about each other.
Yeah,
just fucking chill. Everyone just wants to like just support each other.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Totally.
And it's just sometimes there are a few people where you don't talk to them for a while and then they turn up to your event and you're like, damn man, I didn't know you cared. I didn't know you cared like that. Yeah, like even Chris, who unfortunately couldn't attend the event because he's in England right now. He really wants to fucking come as well. And there are a few people who couldn't attend. Maylin was a fucking proud mom on the day as well.
Seeing Maylin was great. I haven't seen Maylin in ages, so I was like, hell yeah.
Same here. I was like, yo, you left your farm life just for this, man?
Oh man, yeah, it was cool overall.
Good vibes all around.
If you'll allow me to derail the conversation,
go for it.
I wanted to talk to you about it, Garnt, because I played Soma.
Oh, you played Soma?
I played Soma.
Yo, tell me all about it. Have you
played Soma, Joey? Oh my god, it's.
I mean, I've heard Garnt talking about it.
I think it might. I mean, maybe I'm. It's just so recency, but it's definitely my favorite existential horror media that I've ever experienced.
It's my favorite as well.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I've only heard the name of it. I haven't seen anything of the actual game.
I'll kind of tell you the rough opening, and then I won't spoil too much because I don't want to go too much into it. Sure. But basically, you start off. You're in this car. There's a car crash that you're part of and your partner dies and you've clearly had some kind of really severe brain damage. And you're kind of going through this experimental treatment. And there's a place in I think current day Toronto where a guy is doing some kind of experiments with scanning your brain and then doing a bunch of tests to see on that scan to see which one will be most effective. Kind of like, almost like, it sounds like AI. But they'll scan your brain and kind of do thousands of tests on that scan to see which one will work to fix you. And so he does the scan, but the moment we do the scan, we're almost like transported to this other fucking setting that's in this
it's
futuristic, kind of. You just wake up in this futuristic space station looking thing, and then you're trying to fucking pick up the pieces of what the fuck is going on. Yeah, and it's fucking amazing. It's so fucking good. Because every single time that I thought I figured out the big twist, they just tell you. They're like, oh yeah, you're right. There's 7 more hours of the game. Yeah. Oh, and then you're like, oh God. Oh God. What else is going to happen? Because you're there's this kind of dread building throughout that you're like, oh no, this is really fucked. Right. This is really, really fucked.
This is one of the only horror games that I've ever completed, and it's a goddamn masterpiece. I need to know, without spoiling, what was your emotions after the ending?
Man, I was just... it's so tough because the whole concept of the ending as well, it fucked me up a little bit. Yeah. With the coin toss. Yeah. That was so genius. Yeah. I love that so much.
This ending fucked me up for a day. you know after you finish a work that's so powerful that you just you can't do anything else because you're just
you gotta lie on the couch and contemplate.
Yeah. This game has one of my favorite ending in video games.
I think it's one of the most powerful endings of any game I've ever played ever. Yeah. Damn. It is so immediate and abrupt in a way that leaves you kind of
stun lock.
Fuck. It's so cool.
Oh, I love endings like that.
Dude, I can't believe this was 10 years ago because it's one of those games where the themes and the messaging is just so much more poignant today even than it was perhaps even 10 years ago. And uncomfortable. Yeah. And there's a lot of aspects to what does it mean to be human? Yeah. What is too much? What is morally correct for the human race? Right. Should our survival come at the cost of everything else around us? All these really existential questions that you you're kind of almost answering through gameplay and not really thinking. And you're like, oh God, like, I don't like this. Like, I really don't like any of this.
Yeah, it was, I remember the first time I played it, and problem with this game, especially talking about it on the podcast, is that it's so hard to talk about without spoiling, because there is it's so dense with ideas. But if I talk about one plot point that scatters and like knocks on effects with like a lot of
we have
different
to go into
plot
all
points.
of it.
Yeah.
You got to play this game, Joe.
Yeah.
I
It
will.
is.
I mean, you
fucking
guys
good.
have sold me on it.
It
It's
is.
so fucking good.
It's it is existential horror.
Which is like my favorite type of horror, to be
And
honest.
I have never felt more existential with like, there's few
There's
pieces
some
of
fucking
media.
scary moments though as well, where they're like, they are just cooking. They're like absolutely like suffocating you with tension.
Yeah.
And they just don't give you the relief of like the jump scare.
Yeah.
And you're like, when is it going to happen?
Yeah. This is not a jump scare game,
No.
which is good.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still fucking terrifying.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I think that's the best kind of horror. It's the ones where it's like, it's so good at building up that tension, and then it's just like, haha, gotcha. And now you're on the edge of your seat for the entire ride.
Yeah, if you want to play one of those games that will make you feel empty afterwards, or not exactly empty, but just makes you question everything, makes you question yourself, makes you question life. There are a few games that are as powerful as this, and it's pretty short as well. Did you finish it in one sitting?
Yeah, it was about 9 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's good. I mean, very, very doable in a day.
Yeah.
And so much, just so much that I was trying to like take in whilst playing it. And there's just so much that I feel like I missed too, but it was really cool.
Yeah, did you play it on stream?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
God.
and I was like theorizing the whole time going through, and I was trying to ignore the checks. I'm like, don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. I just want to keep talking about it because it's so cool. But the whole world and the setting, because you can see in the picture, but you're like, it's mostly like underwater, and that's already fucking terrifying.
It is.
Yeah.
Underwater, and there's this dread forming. You're like, I don't like this. I really don't like
Oh,
this.
the atmosphere in this is like insane as well. And, I want to talk about so many plot points in this one. I'm like, I can't, because it's major spoilers as soon as I mention something.
All right, let me put it in my calendar. I will play it this week.
All right.
I will remind myself this week to
Okay,
play
you
it.
gotta play it. I want you to play all of it because I actually feel like this is very Joey coded for the themes that you would like as well.
I mean, from the sounds of it,
Yeah.
it was like, from how you guys described it, it's giving me very much like Oyasumi Pun Pun underwater vibes. In the
I think
terms of
it'll
like
fuck
the
you up as much.
existentialism.
Yeah.
It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of those video games, and has such unique ideas. But aside from
and
that-
uses the game medium to enhance
Exactly.
I think, the
Yeah.
ideas that it's trying to show.
yeah, I don't think this would work as good in movie form,
I don't think so.
because part of the reason why this is so powerful is because as a video game, you play as the main character.
Yeah.
So instead of like you kind of like the questions that it asks you, it feels like you are experiencing it directly
Yeah, right.
as the main character, and you're experiencing that as yourself. And I just don't think it would be as powerful without it being a video game. So very, very excited to see what you think about it as well.
Next recording day, I will talk about it.
All right, I need a quick break.
Oh man, this game is so good. I've been thinking about it. Like, it's all I've been thinking about since I played it.
Yeah.
How good this game was. You'll love it.
It looks so good too.
Yeah, and I think it should run on anything. So I think if you wanted to put it on like the Switch, I think it'd be fine.
Okay. If it's on like PS5 or something,
I'm
it might
pretty sure. Is
probably
it on
be better.
PS5? Can you check, Kai, if it's on PS5?
I mean, if it's on Switch, I
I
assume
mean, it's
so.
2015, so I hope that
Or PS4 maybe? Oh yeah, PS4.
Does PS4 do
Oh,
all
you can play PS4 games on PS5.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I can probably just do that. I don't know how well it'll run on Switch.
Can you Google how well does Soma run on PS5?
Uh,
I don't know. But I
because
mean,
I'm always very like, I'm always very skeptical about games like this running on a Switch.
oh no, God, this game runs terribly even after
Oh,
the
really?
165 hertz monitor. This game feels like it's running on 30 hertz. The
Oh,
game is
then
choppy.
maybe I might just play it on PC.
Scroll down. Plays fine on my PS4. Oh.
Okay, so it's
I've
just
played both PS4, PS5, never had issues.
okay. Well,
I played
never
on my
mind.
TV from 2008.
It's just that one person.
Yeah, I think it is. But it's like it's never a game that you need 100 frames. It's
No.
it's basically a story.
Is it better with like as a key? Did you play keyboard and mouse or?
I did, yeah. I think control's fine.
Okay,
There's
okay.
never any intense inputs
Okay,
or
okay.
anything like that. It
Okay.
is like, it is mostly like kind of walking around and taking in world building, and then
Okay.
occasional moments where you will definitely shit yourself.
Okay.
But nothing that requires you to mechanically do anything.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's
I'll probably just play this on PS5 then.
yeah, and I think there's a lot of I think I can never like a game more than this. Fuck my life.
Yeah.
Saying it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I remember when I finished Soma, I just couldn't play
it's by
games for a
the
bit.
same studio as Amnesia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Right on.
but again,
All right. I've
they-
locked
they-
it down. I will play
good,
this.
good. Oh my god. Okay, I can't wait to talk about it more.
Yeah.
in depth,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, this is gonna be like a long. It would be like a long discussion.
Yeah.
yeah, because there's so much to talk about.
When did you
in the
play
game.
it?
22nd.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
like 3 days ago.
yeah, 3 days ago.
Yeah, I did it right after climbing Fuji,
Oh, word. How was that?
Yeah.
which fucking I'm never doing that ever again in my life. I understand the saying now. A man who climbs Fuji once is a man. A fool does it twice. I don't know what the saying was.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's like that saying that I don't remember.
A fool climbs Fuji twice, and I'm inclined to agree.
I think the saying is a wise man climbs Fuji once.
I think a fucking moron climbs it once,
Yeah.
and a bigger moron climbs it twice. It was. I'm really glad that I did it because I again type 2 fun.
Yeah.
I already was saying when I was climbing it, I was like, I'll look back on this and think it's fun, but I have to remember that it was not during the moment.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like in great shape by any means. I'm in like pretty decent shape, I think. Like I work out hopefully once a week. Try to do twice realistically, but it normally ends up being 1, sometimes even 0. But yeah, I'm like in pretty decent shape, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But then again, most people don't recommend you bullet climb, which is going up and down in the same day.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I have to agree with them because I felt like unless you arrange like I think a taxi beforehand, you have to go up to the 5th station,
Yep.
which is a 30-minute bus ride from the base area, and that bus runs every hour, but they stop at 6 p.m. So
Oh.
you kind of are on a time limit.
Yeah.
So, and me and Mudan had a big discussion about this, about what time we wanted to start, because Mudan had done it once before. And the reason, okay, so just to give a bit more backstory, I asked Mudan to do this last year, but then I kind of backed out. I was like, I did a little too soon.
Yeah.
And then he was like, how about we agree to do it next year? I was like, okay, deal. So we set a date arbitrarily about 6 months ago. And then as it started getting closer, and Mudan was like, all right, man, I'll see you at Fuji. I was like, fuck, I can't back out of this anymore. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, it'll be good for me. I'll do it, and I think
Yeah.
it'll be fun. And
Good workout.
It'll be a good workout. It'll be a fun piece of content, and I
Yeah.
think it'll be great to do something with Mudan again. Because I don't get to spend a lot of time with Mudan.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, it'll be fun. So that's how it all ended up coming around. I then realized another problem is that the streaming backpack pretty much takes up all of my backpack room. So I was going to have to very much limit the amount of stuff I brought.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out how the fuck to keep this backpack to a minimum. And I had to bring batteries, which are heavy. So I had to bring a small amount of stuff to stay safe, like a little first aid kit, some like emergency blankets. Like, and Mudan was like, I'm bringing nothing. I was like, this is fine. So I put all my stuff in his bag, and we go. And it was a challenge, to say the least, because we had a massive discussion at the hotel the night before. We were staying about 30 minutes from the base camp. The base camp, the base of where you get the bus. Then it's another 30 minutes before you start climbing. Sorry, it's a lot of information, I know.
Yeah.
So we were either discussing to leave at 5 or 6 a.m. Which one do you think I was arguing for?
6.
No, I was arguing for 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to be in and out
Okay.
early. Because I
Right.
was like, it's never a bad thing to have more time.
Sure.
Never a bad thing.
Right? It is
Yes.
It is a risky thing to have less time.
Yes.
And I was like, well, I don't know. I'm going to be sleepy. I might not be good on stream. I was like, wow. It was like 10 p.m. I was like, we got 6 hours we can get here, buddy. We need to go to bed right now.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I was like, you know what? I don't want to push you if you're not comfortable waking up earlier. We can do 6, and we should have enough time. So we decided 6. And what ended up happening was that 4:40 a.m., I get woken up by like, and I'm like, fuck, did I oversleep? I'm like, Christ. So I go to the door. It's 4, and Mudan's like, I'm actually ready to go at 5 if you want to go. I was like, motherfucker, I'm not even awake right now. I was like, shit. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can get ready. So I got a quick shower and got ready by 5 and we left. But there is no more horrifying feeling than oversleeping and being woken up by someone knocking on your door.
Yes.
It is like top 3 worst heart attack moments. Because you're like, my alarms failed.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? The systems that were here to protect me failed me.
Yes.
What's going on?
It's like some analog horror shit.
Yeah. It's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I immediately woke up and I was like, all right, let's fucking go. So we went and immediately I was like, oh no, this is going to be tough. Because the very first station, we did the Fuji route, which is supposedly the hardest route because it's the fastest.
Yeah.
Because it's the steepest and you normally go up and down.
Yeah.
And it was scheduled to take, online, it says 5 hours up, 3 hours down. I was like, we'll do it in 4. It took 4.5. It was brutal. Immediately I was like, this is going to be a problem.
Right.
Because it was getting steep.
Yeah.
And it was tough. Did not like, what does it say?
It says ascent 5 hours, descent 3 hours. For
Yeah, they
Fuji.
were spot on. Because you start from the highest up as well.
Yeah.
So you basically have the trail sent the same. Yeah, so you just go up. And I realized literally no one else was doing that. Everyone else was staying on the mountain.
All right.
Because I was worried about it being busy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was like just concerned about that. But everyone was coming down as we were going up.
Oh.
And the people that were going up looked like they were, they had like sleeping gear.
Oh, right. They've been there the night before.
Yeah. So
right.
it was interesting. But I gotta say, yeah, fucking miserable. I think if I was an avid hiker, I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But as a casual hike, not fun. Not fun at all. But it was fine. And there's a lot of places where you can stop. There's so many stations along the way, as you can see.
Yep.
And all of them have drinks that you can buy and you can exchange your used bottle. So like really you could easily rock up with 1 bottle of water. And every single time you buy a bottle, just exchange it. Like they'll take that from you, but they won't take out the trash.
Right.
So anything else you bring, you have to be mindful that you have to keep that. So just something to know. And Mudan did it in a suit.
Of course he did. Of course he
And
did.
so it was very funny.
As if raw dogging Fuji wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So every single person that passed us was like, suit, sir. Because everyone has so much gear.
Yeah.
And I think look, I think it's it's cringe to be like, oh, dude, it's so cool. Like Mudan was underprepared. Something had gone wrong. I had the first aid kit that he was making fun of me for rigging and the emergency blanket and stuff like this, right? Like stuff that was, you should be bringing.
Yeah.
And everyone looked like they were obviously doing it more comfortable. Like I got blisters, which could have been avoided if I had trained more, had maybe better socks
and shoes.
My shoes were okay, but I could have got even better shoes or something like
Yeah.
that. Like stuff that
Were you wearing hiking boots or just regular?
I was wearing the Hoka hiking boots.
Oh, okay.
Shoes, not
Yeah.
boots. Sorry, they're like half trainers, half hiking
Yeah, they're good
boots.
actually.
And they were good, but I definitely needed better socks because I didn't fill out the shoe fully. That would make less
You need
movement.
thicker socks.
Yeah, stuff like this. So just I think it's the third.
Yeah,
one
the
in that
Hoka
picture.
hiking and trail boots are so fucking good. I also have a pair as well.
What I realized is that hiking on a trail, I realized is just a different ball game to this hike. This is just straight up rocks that you are just fucking climbing on. Your shoes are gonna get fucked up a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like that.
Yeah.
And I realized, I think full ankle boots are the way to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's just too many loose rocks, too much pebbles. I thought it was more of a trail. Didn't know that. Probably should have researched, but hey, oh well.
It's a fucking mountain, isn't it?
It is a mountain.
So you guys gonna do it?
Have you done it yet?
I have not done it yet, and to be honest, I don't really have a lot of. I don't really want to do it. There's a part of me that's like I should do it because it is Mount Fuji, and I can get the credit of saying I climbed Mount Fuji.
All my family wants to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually I will, but again, hearing your story and hearing other people's stories of doing it, being very underprepared, I'm just like, if I were to do it, I really want to prepare myself.
I think you would need to be very I would probably recommend sleeping more. I think unless you're really fit and hike a lot, because I just think it wasn't fun having to force it and be on the time constraint.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd make content out of it. Which
that
is
too.
I don't think I can make content out of it. I would be too fucking exhausted to be entertaining on camera.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
But I was trying my goddamn hardest, and it was tough.
I mean, I've done some like big mountains in Japan before. I've climbed Ainodake, which I think is like the 4th or 5th highest mountain in Japan. That took me like about 4 or 5 hours to do.
Yeah.
But I was fucking miserable.
I mean, I like
by the
that.
end
If
of
you
it.
bring up the VOD, I mean, I like it because I thought like it looked fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
Like
Ainodake, yeah.
watching just like if you go to the Sea Dog VOD, Fuji, and then that one right there, it's fine. Yeah, it's like just skip 3 hours in or something. Like, oh, sorry, like 2 hours.
Seeing Mudan in a suit is so
Yeah.
funny.
Maybe you go a little further up, just when we're not sitting down. A little further. There you go. Like,
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Just like-
yeah. That's kind of what I envisioned it
it
to be.
just looks like insane that you're doing this.
Yeah.
And I had hiking poles, which helped so much.
Yeah.
And Mudan didn't. And let's look at him. He looks like he looks like a drone. You know what I
He
mean?
does. He's in NPC mode right now. Look. Is his arms that are killing me?
But like you can,
This is drooped down.
and this is like the area where the rocks weren't that bad. Like
Yeah.
so if
Right.
you go like maybe 4 hours in, right before we start, like there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like this is near the end. Like it gets fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like it is like genuinely like you need good shoes.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where you're doing like double steps on like stairs, like
Yeah.
every single step, and it's like your feet are in agony at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Jeez.
was, yeah. You see that like every
so funny.
every
Oh my
single
God.
step is like a fucking workout. Like I'm like pushing so hard, and then there's traffic, so you got to like sometimes give way.
Yeah.
But if you go in the morning, it's always like really busy too.
Right.
There's just something so funny about Mudan's arms is like
Yeah, I know. I realized he's very
He's like,
like.
I've sacrificed all movement in my arms to put
I
it
think
into
it's
my
something
legs.
you got to do once in your life, which
Yeah.
is what I considered it, and I knew I was a thing I had to do at some point, and I'm glad I'm going because I'm not doing it ever
Was the climb harder or was the descent harder?
It's usually the descent, right?
again. No, the climb's harder. bro.
Really?
Climb's harder?
Don't listen to these people.
I don't know, man.
I had a knee brace for both my knees
Yeah.
because I knew that the descent would fuck up my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helped so much.
Oh,
I
okay.
had zero knee pain.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
without
want-
those, the
How
descent
did
definitely would have been
Mudan do?
harder.
I think he was fine. The next day he said he was filming around Tokyo,
Oh shit.
like
Okay.
walking all around Tokyo.
Yeah, Mudan's probably like, this is the path I used to take to walk to school. when
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
little."
like just average Estonian commute. No, I was like literally I couldn't walk the next day. That's
Yeah.
why I streamed Soma.
Yeah.
because I could just sit down. Because
Yeah,
my legs
right.
were like when I still now when I was going down the stairs like 4 days
Yeah.
later, my calves are still so tight.
God damn.
So my recommendation to anyone who does Fuji is immediately book a massage the next day afterwards. Do it in advance. You will thank yourself.
Yeah.
Like because like you can get back to Tokyo because we got back to Tokyo by like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Because we got the 4 o'clock bus, which we just made, but the bus ends at 6, and Giri was doing it the same day as us and nearly missed the last bus.
Oh,
And if you
sure.
miss the last bus, you have to hike all the way down. There's no other way to get down.
Oh, fuck.
And so you have to go from like 1,300 meters down. And it's, again, like it's pretty brutal. Like you do not want to, like if you are going to bullet climb Fuji, which you shouldn't do, to get up as early as possible and do it. Because
Yeah.
you need to leave that room in case you don't do it.
Yeah, but the real question is, how's the view at the top?
Fine.
See, that's the biggest issue that I've had. And the
So
biggest.
I wasn't going for the sunset, and most
Yeah.
people go for the sunset, right?
Right.
And you can't really see much.
yeah.
We didn't go to the. So when you get to the top, there's a crater, and there is a like weather station or something of the sort.
Yeah.
That is a little higher up, and is actually another 20-minute hike.
Yeah.
We decided just not to do that because
Yeah.
we were like, we're good. We're already at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
We don't need to go to the tippy top. But of course, my fucking brother messaged me. He's like, I saw you didn't go to the very top of Fuji.
So technically, you didn't climb.
I
Yeah.
was like,
So
shut
technically, you
up.
got to do it again.
I'm in the crater. I see the crater. That was the coolest part. Was looking into the crater.
crater?
Yeah, like you can probably go a little. It's before that.
I mean,
part.
technically speaking, Fuji is an
Before-
active
before.
volcano. So
yeah, it's around that. Yeah, and then skip maybe like you don't. You know the arrows. You can just do 5 seconds ahead. Just keep doing that. Yep.
oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Like that's fucking.
That's
sick.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like seeing. I've never seen the crater of a volcano. Like a mountain like that. So that was so cool to see. Like
Hell
that,
yeah.
and they're like this doesn't do it justice how deep this is.
Oh yeah.
And that was what I thought that was really cool. But like you can't see anything outside because you're above the clouds.
Yeah.
And if there's any clouds at all, you don't really see much.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue and the biggest demotivator for me for climbing Mount Fuji is the fact that the worst part about the view from the top of Mount Fuji is that you can't see Mount Fuji. You know?
Yeah.
Which, looks great because like Mount Fuji is just such an aesthetic mountain when you look at it from a distance. But when you're on it, you don't see it. So.
But yeah, I got an oyakudon at the top.
Oh, hell yeah.
Coffee and, that was,
nice.
it was, it's not great, but having an oyakudon on top of the mountain, I mean, it saves
it does
you.
it.
Good vibes.
Yeah, totally.
Mudan didn't eat anything. He's an enigma. He's like,
he's not a human.
He's like, I don't eat while I work out.
He is a robot.
He is a
robot.
I think he proved it this time when he just powers down his arms when he doesn't need energy.
Yeah.
In there.
Conserving energy.
300 yen to use the toilet.
300 yen?
Holy fuck.
That's an expensive toilet.
None of those toilets are nice either. So I would say my one advice is get as much of that out before you get on that mountain.
I will say, I mean,
and bring a
how
lot of
much
coins.
The maintenance person must be making, as he should be, making a killing out of that toilet.
They logged that all the way down.
It's
dude.
like, I have to go up and clean which toilet?
And the top of Mount Fuji is privately owned. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
By who?
Yeah, I think Ieyasu gave it to a family.
Oh.
But it's privately owned, the top of Fuji.
That's crazy.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Oh.
And kind of, privately owned since.
Oh, shit.
Tokugawa Ieyasu, the first ruler of
Yes,
Tokugawa
yeah.
Shogun, gave to the Shinto shrine in 1602.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit,
it's
okay.
been privately owned, the top
Wow.
of Fuji, which is kind of crazy.
That is kind of
I
crazy.
feel like that should have been something you took back as a government, But hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's the same in Wales though. When I was filming in the castles, I had to get permission to when we went to go and film on them. One of the castles was privately owned, and we had to ask the family if it was okay for us to film there. And I was like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah, but that's
It's an
you guys
English family.
You guys got so many fucking castles though.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was like,
there's only so many Mount
It's
Fujis,
like
yeah.
one of the core castles of our country. Why is it privately owned? I'm like, that doesn't feel
By the
right.
English as well.
By an Englishman, I believe. I was
Actually, kind of on brand.
I was like, this feels wrong. We should have took this back. But I don't think they. I don't think they make a lot of money from it because it is ran by the organization that keeps them all.
parents outside, please. Okay.
So yeah, interesting. But yeah, I think I'm sure I'll get roped into climbing it again at some point in the future. Definitely, by most likely my family.
Would you want to do it?
I would say I hope you have great sleeping pills if you are sleeping on the top because I've heard it is fucking miserable.
See, I would like to say yes, but I don't also want to commit on camera.
That is
because
true.
That is evidence. So
That
I
is
will
Just say no. Just say
I
no.
will say I would like to do it one day.
That's
There's so many
yes,
more
one
like
day.
One day.
One day.
One day.
I've never really been a big hiking guy, and there are moments where I really enjoy it. Like I like hiking. I like the idea of hiking with camping involved. I think that sounds really fun. Like the
Yeah.
idea
That
of
is fun.
camping, like doing a short hike, setting up a tent. Maybe you've brought some like noodles and you got a little like sausage that maybe you brought up that's dry,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm like, that sounds great. That sounds like a fucking awesome time. Like that's when hiking sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got so you brought a 6-pack of beers up with you too. Like,
Yeah.
Broskies.
like
that sounds like a good experience.
right. That
you know?
sounds when hiking is fun. This is more so like
You just speed ran it, you know.
it's like this is what I mean. Like the mountains like these are the Disneyland of hiking.
Right.
You know, it's like the big one. It's like you do it. It's very touristy. It's very popular. Whereas I'm sure the mountain you hiked up was way less busy.
Oh, definitely.
Probably like way more fun. Way more like you probably felt like you were more involved in nature. You know, whereas this one feels like okay, I'm kind of participating in a
Yeah,
system.
there was barely anyone
Yeah, I
hiking
mean,
it when I did it.
I like every time someone talks about hiking Mount Fuji, like yourself, it's just like, yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
You know, was it fun?
There's
Yeah.
that brief moment though where you are that high up where you do feel like the power of it all.
Oh yeah.
Where you're like, this is kind of insane. Like you
feel on top of the world, right?
yeah, and also
Yeah.
like you have to consider altitude sickness, which I was very fortunate I didn't get any at all. Maybe there's some part of me that was built to be an explorer. I could have been that. Could have been someone.
Just born in the wrong generation.
Born in the wrong generation.
Oh man.
But like it it's kind of crazy. It's being that high, especially with that last stretch when you're scaling the mountain.
Yeah.
You really do feel the scale of like the insanity of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, this is kind of bonkers that you're scaling this high up for nothing really.
The next thing
For the love of the game.
The next thing you need to do is the Cedar Summit.
No.
I have a couple of friends who've done that before, multiple times, and they're just like, yeah, it's really rewarding. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is.
No, I'm good.
But do I want to do it? Not really.
I watched that Netflix documentary about that the guy from who's the British Nepalese guy who did the seven mountains over 3,000 meters. Or seven. What is it? Oh, fuck, what is it called? Like 7 summits or something.
Yeah.
He did it all in 1 year.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen this?
No.
This documentary is fucking insane. This guy is this is a 14
peaks.
He does like, I think, what was it? All 8,000, is it meters or?
Yeah, 8,000ers, yeah.
8,000 meter peaks in 1 year.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh my
dude.
God.
So that includes like Everest. And it was really cool in the documentary. You know where that famous picture of Everest
Yeah.
comes from where the line? He's the one who takes the picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And he's in it and he's like, I'm trying to fucking get up Everest. And I'm watching people like, and it's so cool because he is just like a superhuman because they do tests on his body and they're like, yeah, you've got like the freakiest ability to breathe at higher altitudes. But he's from Nepal.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So,
like,
like,
it probably
he's-
helps being
They're
Nepal.
just like built different.
Yeah.
there, man.
They are built on the
Yeah.
mountain, you know?
Yeah.
So, and
They're
it
like,
is-
why are you struggling to breathe? We're only 5,000 meters up.
Yeah, right?
And you know, I don't really care for these kind of things because it felt like a very Netflix thing. But watching it, I was like, damn, this is actually really compelling. And he's a really cool guy to follow because he mortgages his house to fund it.
Right.
Like
Damn.
and he is like no. I don't think there's a plan of like to make the money or anything. I think he just wanted to do it.
He just wanted to do it.
And he
Right.
felt like this was the only time in his life he could do it because his wife wanted to settle down.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. And it's a very compelling documentary. I highly recommend watching it. And it makes you feel like a fat ass.
do you guys ever feel like you could be explorers? If, go back a few hundred years, the map isn't fully mapped yet.
Nah, I'm probably that fucking old dude.
I-
But I just imagine how exciting it is, where you're like, yeah, the feeling of just having a map of the
I
globe.
love hearing about this stuff.
Yeah,
I love
having a
reading
map
about
of
it.
the globe and just having like fog of war and like what a certain sides.
unlocked the map
Yeah,
yet?
yeah, you haven't like I just try to imagine what that feeling is where you just haven't unlocked the entire
is
map of
true.
the world yet.
That must be so fucking terrifying though, man. Like, just imagine. It's like you see this giant mountain and you're like, shit. I don't even know if this is humanly possible, but one way to find out.
I mean,
Just
Put my life on the line. Let's go.
All the stories about them trying to explore the Antarctic.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's
yeah.
the North Pole.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Like Scott versus the Norwegian guy who
Yeah.
like absolutely
Yeah.
mocked him.
Yeah.
It's such a cool story. And
Yeah.
insane feat of human perseverance to an almost stupid amount.
God, just imagine like discovering a new piece of land and just being like, what is here? What, like, imagine what it's like going to Australia for the first time as European settlers, of course,
Well,
not the natives there, but
Yeah.
just seeing like the fucking animals there, you just must be like, what the fuck
like,
is
nah,
that?
fuck
Well, I
this.
mean,
what the fuck is that?
Eventually, it was settled by Captain James Cook in 1776. But before then, the French and the Dutch both arrived.
Yeah.
and they looked at the continent and went like, "Fuck that! We are not settling there. Fuck that!" And then some fucking English guy from York was just like, "Actually, you know what? This might be kind of dope. Let's check it out." But what was that? There's a famous quote of the guy who first climbed Everest.
Yeah.
Where like he got asked like, why did you decide to climb this mountain? And in the most Giga Chad way, all he said was something along the lines of like, because it was there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't be that guy.
I am not that guy.
I am not that guy. Yeah, I forgot the name of the guy, but he said something along those lines where he's like, because it was there or something.
it's just fucking insane to imagine like people warning
Edmund
you
Hillary, that's it.
about
It
altitude.
is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. God damn. God damn. Okay.
Deep.
Quotes that go hard.
Quotes that go hard.
When you climb Fuji, you hear about altitude sickness. You imagine 8,000 meters.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, Everest is what, 9,000, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously the last stretch of Everest, you literally can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do canned oxygen.
Yeah.
Like that's bonkers to me.
Yeah.
Like that is a thing that you have to do. Like you genuinely just get to a point where you can't breathe.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
someone just saying like, "Hey, have you ever tried walking to space?"
Yeah.
That's basically this.
Yeah. It's just kind of unfathomable.
Yeah.
The-
let me
the-
take it. Let me take it one mountain at a time. I
So
see.
yeah, I did that. I did that basically.
Would you ever want to try to do like any other mountains?
No.
After that,
No.
nah.
Fuck no. There's so many other sports that are way more fun.
Sure.
Cycling, we get to stop at fucking lovely cafes and restaurants, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I get to sit down and you know, you can blast music on a speaker. It's like the vibe is just so much better
Different.
on a bike.
Yeah, there's some like activities where you have to
It's person by person.
yeah, you have to balance. To me, I have to balance the payoff for a certain experience to like how much danger is my life in, you know? How much danger and how much work is this going to take?
Sure.
And climbing atop massive mountains, I'm like, okay, that sounds like a cool experience in my head, but also climbing Mount Everest seems pretty fucking dangerous as well. You know?
Yeah, incredibly.
Yeah.
So many people die on Everest every
Yeah.
year.
Exactly.
How many people die on Everest every year? Can we check? It's a worrying amount. And then there's those Sherpas, man. They go up there all the time.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, it's a walk in the
full-time-
park for
Yeah,
them.
they go up it all the time.
Over 340 people have died.
Mount Everest in the death 1%.
1%.
1%. So 1 in every 100 people who go up Mount Everest die.
Because it's crazy. There's like the only probably other sport that has a fucking death rate like that is probably like wingsuit. Like
Yeah.
like you know, like it's insane, genuinely. And most people die from Nepal. That's terrifying.
Yeah, but
That's
did you see the
awful.
second one was Japan?
There is something about
19 Japanese people have died.
there are certain sports
Jeez.
that I think is built for the Japanese mind,
Like
and
what?
hiking is one of them.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It's a solitary experience.
It's
where
meditative
it's
as well.
meditative, that is like a slow burn, which I
Yeah.
think is
Yeah.
like everything a Japanese like person loves, and which is why I think hiking is so popular in Japan.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
I know so many Japanese people that love hiking.
Yeah.
You know, there are some sports like with the wingsuits, kind of like flying, like
Yeah.
you said. I've always wondered, and I probably would know if I looked into this. How the fuck do you go about learning a sport like that? Because it feels like that. You know, that's a sport that feels like a specialized skill set.
Okay,
But if you
literally-
fuck up
I
once,
think it's mostly people who went from skydiving
right.
who then transition into it.
Yeah.
But damn, I'm just like, you take that leap from like skydiving to
Yeah.
like wingsuit gliding,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if you fuck up once,
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally
that's
people
it.
who skydived and got down to the bottom
they're like,
safely
"This
and
isn't
went,
enough."
yeah, I don't feel the adrenaline.
You know, jumping out of a plane just isn't enough for me.
Yeah.
I need to, you know,
what is the fatality rate of wingsuit? When you see it, I think it's actually unhinged.
Well, yeah, because you take one look, 1 in 500. You take one look at a wingsuit and you. And
1 in 500
my
jumps.
first instinct,
Yeah.
your first instinct is you're not going to make it with that.
Yeah, 1 in 500 jumps.
yeah, not
so
people.
that's like yeah,
jumps.
like
Not even people.
That's like we should probably
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
not be doing this.
Yeah.
But I admit it's fucking cool.
Could you survive a fall with a wingsuit?
There are gadgets.
Not
Oh,
very
Actually,
likely.
you know which one I think is the most dangerous? I think it's motor paragliding is the most
What
dangerous.
the fuck is motor
You've
paragliding?
definitely seen this on YouTube.
Motor
I think-
paragliding.
It is
Slightly safer than riding motorcycles,
really.
and more dangerous than riding cars.
Click images, so you can show Garnt. This one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, this sport is incredibly dangerous.
But according to Google, apparently just regular motorcycling is more dangerous.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially in fucking America.
Yeah.
This is how I think a YouTuber died doing this.
I mean, I can see
Yes,
this
I
because
remember.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, well, anything where you're in the fucking air. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
well,
you know.
yeah, it's like you. It's almost like a helicopter, but even worse. Where like if a plane engine stalls,
There's backups.
Yeah, you can glide down.
Yeah, you can glide
If this
down.
engine fails and you run out of there's no gust or for whatever reason it goes wrong, it's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you're carrying like a Looney Tunes anvil to the ground.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certain things where I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't have to experience everything in life.
Actually, you know what the most dangerous sport might be? I've been recommended it on my fucking YouTube shorts. Is that I think it's in like, I don't know which country this is in. It's like the go-karts where they go. You see this one?
The Mario Kart.
The Mario
it's in
Kart.
Vietnam.
Of course, it's in Vietnam.
It's in Vietnam.
Have you
but
seen this?
No.
It's in Vietnam, but there's also one that I know of in Australia.
Yes.
Yes,
it's
this.
Dude, literally, all I get is click on this, click on this.
Dude, these YouTube shorts are so fun to watch.
It is literally people just fucking dying.
Oh my god.
The waiver that you have to sign for this must be insane.
Only in
This is probably
it's
like this is
Southeast
probably
Asia. There is no waiver.
This one doesn't have a lot of likes, so I'm guessing it's more of a safer one. But there are so many shorts of like people fucking being absolutely destroyed.
Just some of these crashes are it's the most Looney Tunes ass shit. Not gonna lie, I really want to do this. I see people crashing, but it's always like it looks bad.
That one, that TikTok there, the second one, yeah, click on that one.
Yeah,
someone's eating shit.
Some of these.
Black people Mario Kart
Why is
Vietnam.
that the tag?
Go to the 320. Oh, the 6.5 million.
Yeah, the fourth one there. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's play audio. Oh, you have audio. So like you're just crashing into each other like that.
Yeah.
On literal concrete.
Yeah.
With a
And
tiny
look how
helmet.
fast they're going.
Oh wait, you can. There are like walls that you can.
Yeah.
Yes, there's walls.
There are clips.
What the fuck?
There are clips where people literally just head first.
Dude,
What the fuck?
Play a different one. Play a different one.
It's just
Like,
the
go back,
fact
play
that
the 300k one.
it's
Yeah.
just the fact that these bodies
Dude.
just flail around. Oh, it's so funny.
Like you're just like everyone is like
Oh my god.
people are like fucking look at this.
Dude, we need to do this.
No, we do not need to
I
do
want
this.
to do this so badly. It looks so fun.
Yeah, look at that. Get back. Look at this right off.
Could you imagine just getting a couple of brewskis with your boys and doing this?
No, this is a
This
terrible
would be
idea.
so funny.
Look at this. The guy just tipped over.
And all you have is one dingy helmet.
There's no
Bro,
like
give me knee pads at least.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to fucking. I need like some kind of
Let's just drive off a cliff.
like. It's ridiculous.
God.
I've been seeing so many YouTube videos of
Yeah,
this place.
yeah.
I don't know why. This is insane.
Oh,
this exists.
it's just something about this is so comical.
It is.
Even though I'm sure some of these
It
people are
definitely is
getting
only-
hurt quite badly.
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
back
this is
one. The back
something.
one looks
Yeah,
painful.
it's just the fact that they're just flailing around so comically in these dumb little fucking go-karts.
Bro, only in Southeast Asia, man,
Yeah.
would this be allowed.
Yeah,
Look
but
at this one. They got fucking trees in the middle.
Yeah, but apparently I have heard that there is one place in Australia that also does this.
No way to this extent.
I think so.
No way. This is
Yeah, Australia-
This would not be allowed to exist in
No.
Australia.
Maybe not to this extent. Maybe not with the trees in the middle, but
Yeah, trees is insane.
Yeah, having literally like walls and trees
Yeah.
in the middle of the course. It's psychotic.
yeah.
This is gonna be the new okay, that looks cool.
Yeah, that's just regular Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
that's just normal
Alright.
karting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe if we die, you'll know how
Yeah.
it happens to us. But thank you so much for
Alright.
watching.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
Thank you so much for watching.
Hey, by the way, look at all these patrons. You guys are here
Look at them
supporting
all.
the boys as per usual.
Look at them all. Beautiful.
And not only that, if you guys join the Patreon right now, then you can watch exclusive weekly Patreon-only content. We have one that is just brand new off the press that you guys can go check out right after this one. Mudan, play a clip of that.
You guys are way off on the year.
Okay, buddy.
You guys are keeping it in like this does not help our years at all.
Wait, he's just fucking typing shit. Hang on.
I'm trying to help us out.
Okay, it's after 2019.
Rent a girlfriend.
Oh my god, if it is, I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
That's not a comedy, is it? Oh, my.
It is a comedy
Okay,
joke.
first of all, fuck you to anyone who thinks that's a comedy.
Is it Dangers in My Heart?
Oh, it could be.
Oh my god! I'm fucking goated!
He's kind of nasty.
He's kind of goated.
nasty.
But hey, if you want to check that out and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.